Good afternoon, everybody. It's Jennifer here from A Country Life, and today we are going to be doing a 24 hours with Warren video. I get a lot of comments from you all that you really enjoy when Warren is on camera. You enjoy seeing just the workings of the cranberry farm and everything, and I thought this would just be, I knew he was out and about. I mean, he's always out and about, but I knew he was out and about, and I thought, let's go catch up with him, see what's going on, and just spend the next 24 hours with him, giving you a peek into cranberry farming and what that all is about. But before we get started, I want to just share with you all that farmers in general are always up against or trying to live in conjunction with animals, with critters. So, and some of those critters are pests. I have addressed this issue on my channel before. This is real farm life. This is really what goes on, and there is a balance of trying to carve out a living amongst critters and pests that are always trying to do everything against what you're trying to do. I mean, if I'm just being blunt here with it, are very real about it in the fact that we all have to live here somehow in harmony, and in the end, carving out a living, providing for our family is, I don't think number one. Knew this, but when I heard that you were going to be doing this, I thought, I'm going to do 24 hours with Warren.
Oh boy.
Doesn't that sound like a good video? 24 hours with Warren?
4 a.m. when I'm flooding.
I'll be up with you.
Well, right now we're trying to take care of some beaver problems. As you can see.
Here's the mess.
That is the problem.
It is a big, big problem. Yeah. So give us like a little rundown, not necessarily of what you're actually doing right now, but why are beavers a problem?
Well, beavers are kind of like cranberry growers. They like to hold water.
Okay.
So what happened was this summer, a beaver took up residence in my reservoir here, and this bulkhead isn't one that I use for floodwater control if it rains, so I just checked to make sure it's shut off and I'm good for the whole summer. Well, when I came to it to flood, they had a beaver dam built right in front of it, so I had to dig that out with the excavator. And then when I flooded the high reds, during the middle of the night, they proceeded to jam as many sticks as they could into this bulkhead to try to stop the water, because I was draining their pond. And
at first we thought it might just be one, right? Yeah. Wasn't that kind of the thought?
Yeah, well, we caught him yesterday in a trap.
There's something black on your
But now this morning, we had fresh sticks jammed into the bulkhead again. So there's more than one.
Okay, come on.
So
are you giving me commentary, Joe?
Yep.
I have to start flooding at 4 a.m. with the bottom beds, and I gotta have this bulkhead cleared. That's why I'm in my waders pulling out sticks.
Yeah, sticks.
Yeah, because we just got word that we actually are going to be able to harvest, or
we're going to take
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
We're going to take a few more acres early, which we have the color we need, so we're going to take them so that it's done. So. We don't have the risk of the weather up against us, and it will shorten the October harvest by 3 days too. So
Harvest 2.
Should be done by the 16th instead of the 21st.
16th.
Nice.
That's the plan anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
So what I'm doing here is trying to open this up, and then I may have to sit here with a rifle tonight to make sure that beaver doesn't come back. So we'll see.
Big sticks. Looking pretty clear.
Yeah, they really do a number. I'm amazed.
How strong are these things? Let's not do that. Like, I know they're
Dad,
super
They
heavy.
build better dams than the Corps of Engineers, and I ain't kidding you.
On. Oh, done it. That's a long tree stick.
That is a tree.
They probably just chewed it down and stuck it in there.
Yep.
There's like a branch.
So this is everything you've just been pulling out over like the last 3 days? No,
Well,
it's Friday.
Basically, yeah, I would say the last 2 days, because the majority of that just came out today. But
Oh, okay.
a few sticks there.
And then over there, that must be where you dug out originally?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Yep. So.
Wow. That's amazing. You think that's funny?
And they're gonna go and say, ow!
It's easy to laugh when you're standing on shore.
Don't you love being laughed at when you're working?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna suck out.
And the thing of it is, if I don't get these out, they're going to end up in my cranberry beds, potentially in my machinery, especially my harvest machinery, and this will snap a drive chain if it gets wedged. So, they got to come out. But I'm getting ahead of it here.
Okay, so cool. It's so cool. Here, huh?
What do we got here? Feels like a rock.
Not a rock.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess I'll use any.
Let's go to it.
Do you hear an echo?
Pardon me?
Every time I talk, I hear an echo, like my words are coming back.
Uh-huh.
Right, Joe?
Oh yeah. No. Let's see. It's let's go first.
Really? Oh,
My apple core.
you can toss it in the woods.
Wonder if the beavers had to get a core permit to do this dam.
Let's go.
Stick down.
Well, hopefully the beavers don't move all this stuff back.
Yeah, I hope not either.
Depends on how industrious they want to be.
Hey, nice job, Joe. Even without gloves, huh? Yeah, it's kind of slimy wood, isn't it?
Oh, what a terrible smell!
I feel like we should just use your hook and just hook the whole thing over like raking.
I'm at it.
Oh!
You don't like my idea?
I mean, I don't, but that doesn't mean it's wrong.
Are you
Free to
sure?
try it. I got nothing against you trying. Sounds like raking that pile. Seems a little futile.
Ayan!
Come on, Joe. If I hit him with the mower, I'm not going to be very happy. That beaver's probably in the woods laughing at me right now. Yeah. Well, you know, next time I'll pile them all in one direction so you're system works.
Okay, so on second thought, after lugging some of these sticks over there and then my brilliant idea of using the rake, which didn't work at all.
Hey, if you don't try, you don't know.
Yeah, that's true. So he's going to end up bringing down a tractor and just blading it all over into the woods rather than,
I think that's going to be the best way to go.
yeah, it's, I mean, less,
Be here an hour trying to...
exactly, trying to drag all that over there. So, okay, next up,
I may not want to video this, I'm taking this off.
go for it. Wow, you're really doing a dance.
Oh, it's a dance already.
Okay, so what's up next?
I gotta go shut some bulkheads off on the bottom bed so that they're ready to catch the water when I flood tonight.
Okay.
So I got 4 bulkheads I gotta board up. So that's the plan.
Okay, we're going to follow you.
Alrighty. Hope I got enough wedges.
Did you say wedgies?
Wedges. I got it all.
Nice.
So you wanna know what we're doing.
Okay, just a second. Yep.
Well, you got to get all the rocks out that are, and the weeds that have grown up around your bulkhead boards to make sure that you get a good seal. If you got a rock underneath your bottom board, you're going to just keep losing water.
Yep. Oh, here comes Peter.
I like to do this by hand.
So the deal is that this water is low right now, but come tomorrow, he wants the water here to be higher, correct?
Yeah.
Because then you want this to come up, because this ditch here is going to flood the 3 cranberry beds that are going to be harvested here coming up on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yep.
So he is going to start, you're going to actually
seal. Make sure that that seals. That's the key.
Yep.
If your bulkhead doesn't seal, you're not going to hold any water back.
And so you're doing this now just to be ready for...
We'll see, overnight I'll catch any seepage and,
Yep.
and residual flow.
Okay.
How much less that I have to pull then.
How much do you think, where do you think it's going to be tomorrow?
Well, at 4 a.m. I'm
Yeah.
pulling the beaver bulkhead, I'm pulling it all the way.
Right.
So by 4 a.m. the water will probably be up to here.
Okay.
But it's not a lot.
Uh-huh.
But if I have this done now, when
Yeah.
I'm wide awake, it's a lot easier than trying to do this at 4 in the morning.
Right, exactly. Right, so he's going to fill this up,
Yep. And
put that
each-
wedgie in place.
Put the wedgie in place. Peter, can you hand me that board that fell behind the head?
You see it there, bud? And then tomorrow, say 8 a.m., how high do you want this water?
Well, tomorrow 8 a.m. I want about 6 inches of water in the vines.
Okay,
So by 8 a.m. tomorrow, the water will probably be about here.
okay. All right, yeah, that's good. That's good, because then when we keep filming tomorrow, we'll kind of have all this on record to see how everything works out.
Oh, great. Now it's all on record?
It's like a test.
Wonderful. It's a test. I didn't know I was getting tested. Hey.
Right, so that was number 1.
Yep. Now, see, this is the flooding ditch. The next 3 bulkheads are the drainage bulkheads for each of the beds, so we're going to shut those off.
Oh, hey.
Didn't know I rolled up.
I assumed it was Peter.
I pulled on the clutch and it shut it off and it rolled in.
I just
So
heard
then I
that, so I just thought it was Peter.
I said sometimes the reason I always grab the top of this board and just run my hand down it is to make sure the muskrats haven't chewed through the board, because sometimes they'll actually chew a horseshoe right out of the board.
So these boards are going in this bulkhead just so that when it's time, he can start bringing the water up that's in the ditch right here. He wants to bring that up to have some water on here for taking the pipe out, and then we'll bring the water even higher on Sunday for raking the fruit off.
Making water and the pipe water are the same level.
Oh,
I
okay.
just need it just so there's water in the vines. I'd say 4 to 6 inches in the vines, and that's high enough for raking.
Okay.
And you want water in the beds when you're pulling pipe, otherwise you'll crush the fruit. If there's water, the fruit tends to swish out from under your foot, or if there's no water, you just crush it.
Mm-hmm.
Took all year to grow it. I don't want to crush it in the end.
Right. All right, so while Warren is over there adjusting the boards, I thought I would give you a look at the fruit. This variety is a Stevens variety, and he took in a sample, color sample yesterday, and our color came back great, so we're ready to harvest. And just wanted to give you guys a peek. And so it just kind of stacks in there, and they're all on little teeny tiny stems. They have 4 little chambers inside, and that's why they float. That's why they're harvested in water, because since they float, then you know all the leaves and everything will go like this, and the berries will all float up, and then when they come through with the harrow rake, it plucks them off.
That feels all right.
So I really feel like I should pop in here and say hi to you guys. I haven't even done that yet. This is just like as real as it can get here today, in the sense, I don't think I combed my hair today. You know, it's like already 5:30 or something like that in the evening, but I just threw it back into like a little pony bun kind of thing. Whatever, you guys, I don't think any of you really care, but you know, sometimes you just feel like, oh, I'm filming and I just didn't even like comb my hair or anything. But okay, let's go and catch up with him. It's 5:30 now. We just got back from doing the bulkheads, and he grabbed the tractor. Woo. He grabbed the tractor, and he's gonna head on down to do push all those sticks into the woods.
Well, it's going to be a battle with those beavers, but I plan on winning.
You always do.
Alrighty, let's go have supper.
Mm-hmm. You were supposed to wake me up.
I know. It's just that you were sleeping so nicely, and I'm like, boy, she would really enjoy some rest. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So
oh, now we don't have any light.
Well, I really don't want to turn that light on because I don't want to. I mean, we can turn it on for a while.
No, that's okay.
But
so there were some interesting turning events last night.
oh yeah, it was quite a night.
So a little after midnight, we get a phone call from Amber, and she had worked, and then her boyfriend was going to be driving up, and they were both going to be coming out, you know, of course, coming to our place. And I mean, you and Sam kind of took off.
Well, basically his car broke down.
Okay.
And he was on the side of the road and didn't really know what was wrong with it. So Sam and I went down there, and basically what we can determine, and we're not sure yet, but I think it's just a failed battery.
Okay.
And but what's odd about it is it shut the car down while he was driving it. Everything, it just turned off.
Well, that's really weird.
But we messed around with that from midnight until 2 in the morning.
That's what I thought. I thought you came to bed at 2.
We had to, we had all kinds of problems because it was locked in park, and we finally found the switch that allowed us to shift it to neutral, and then we pushed it down the road into a side road so it wasn't on the main highway, and yeah, we had all kinds of fun.
Okay.
And, but you know what? This stuff happens. That's just how it is.
That's how it is, though, right?
Well, so I went to bed at 2, and I was so amped up from everything that I couldn't fall asleep till 3. And then the alarm went off at 4, and I laid in bed till 4:11. I'm like, all right, get your butt up. So I got up and came down here. There was one stick jammed in the bulkhead, so I dragged that out, and yeah.
Just one stick.
Just one stick. So I pulled the water. You can see the watermark on the bank.
Oh, yep.
So it's down a good 18 inches, And
when you say you pulled the water, you mean you pulled it out of here,
Yep.
and it's going down
it's
to
going
those
down to the cranberry
beds that we.
It's gonna flood those so we can pull pipe and rake and harvest.
Yep.
And so then I thought, well, I'm gonna camp out here with coffee and my rifle and wait for this beaver that's in here. And he's appeared twice.
Really?
But he will not stay on top of the water long enough for me to get a shot. But I've had some muskrats swim by, but he's come out of the ditch towards the woods here and circled around. There is a chance that I got him because he did dive under the water and swim past the bulkhead here, and I thought I heard one of my traps snap. So there's a chance I got him, but I'm not holding my breath. But he's definitely ticked off that the water's going down. So, yeah, I'm just waiting on a beaver.
All right, so we just went down and checked on the bulkheads to make sure that the water was coming up where it needed to be, and we're back.
Well, it looks like it's clear. You can see some of the sticks from before down in the water there. But he hasn't come back while we were gone.
Yeah, that was the big concern, was in the 20 minutes we were gone, was he back?
Yeah. Let's just camp out here and wait. Maybe we can get him.
All right, so we're just out for a little walk here, just checking on the traps and seeing what we can see. And Warren was just pointing out that this right here, if you can see that, that's called a catch pile, and that they probably were like storing up some food for winter. So they kind of store up a bunch of branches, right? And
yeah, they build
trees.
that all fall into a giant pile of food, and that's, once the ice comes, that's what they live on.
Yeah, you've got a beaver that is at war with you.
Yeah.
Oh, there was just a wake right down here. Do you hear that? Uh-huh.
This is where the beaver jammed the trap full of sticks.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. He hasn't come back, but of course we've been sitting there.
So we were just talking about it. We think it's called a cache
I think
pile
it's called a cache pile, not a catch pile.
and not a catch pile. But yeah, so there's another one.
And they'll build those up so they're huge.
Okay.
They have to live on them all winter.
All winter, right. And depending on how many
Yeah.
beaver there are, so this is a high red bed, right?
Yes.
This is one of the high red beds that was just harvested a couple weeks ago. And so, yeah, that's what they look like when they, after they've been harvested and after the water has all been brought down again. Looks really pretty.
It's all combed out.
So smooth.
Oh, this is just a bed that's, the flood is starting on it.
When Warren says that he's going out to check water, one of the things he's watching for, like in the ditch here, there's like a little hunk of, I don't know, grass or something, whatever that is. And that's the kind of thing that'll get stuck in a bulkhead and then either seal it off or, you know, just basically create problems. So that's the type of thing he's looking for, just trying to get that out of there. And you can see how the water here is coming up. Yesterday there was just some water in the ditch. Now it's filled in the whole ditch and it's starting to go out into the cranberry vines and you know, all the way across the bed. And that is, we're getting close to being able to pull pipe on this bed. So he was saying to me before that it needs to be about just about 1 inch of the vines sticking out, and then it's ready to pull pipe. So let's just be clear here. Trying to keep up with this guy to do a 24 hours with Warren is kind of kicking my butt. You are always on the go.
Yeah.
And if I'm following you, I'm not getting my own stuff done.
Well, then don't follow me.
You need to start wearing a camera or carrying a camera.
Oh no.
Oh no. All right. So what was the situation down there? After breakfast, he took the kids. They went and checked those traps.
Yeah.
Beaver activity?
Well, when I went to check water, I spotted the beaver swimming. Of course, as soon as I got the rifle out, he was gone, which is typical. And when we came back, got the kids, we went to check traps, and we had one muskrat. That was it. Everything was high and dry because of the me pulling the water out.
Yeah.
And then I was just going to fire up this tractor because I was going to mow some ditch banks while I wait for the water to come up. And I see that I lost a nut on my ditch rake here. So I just had to put a new nut on because this nut was missing.
Oh.
And this bolt was working its way out. So
I see.
I just had to fix that quick. And now I'm going to fire up the tractor so it can warm up while I change footwear. And then while the water's coming up, I am going to mow some ditch banks.
I think you stained my favorite shirt. Is that a grease stain?
I think it's a grass stain.
I
don't know.
So we're just catching up with Warren here again. What time is it?
20 to 12.
Oh my goodness. All right, so again, the day just took a little different turn. You were supposed to have a couple...
Supposed to have help.
Yeah, supposed to have a couple people helping. That would be Amber and her boyfriend, but his car is having some troubles.
Yep.
They are going to end up having it towed. So, or he's going to end up having it towed, I guess. So that's what's going on there.
And must be something electrical.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I just ducked away. I'm canning the tomato juice right now.
Peter and Maria help you strain it?
Yes,
Good.
And Joe too.
Joe too? Oh boy.
Yep. There was a lot of mess to clean up.
You're brave.
There's a lot of splashes.
You're brave.
But we got it cleaned up. Clean dishes are covering every single clear surface of the kitchen right now. But at least they're clean.
I was going to say, at least they're clean.
Right, could be dirty.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if I'm growing cranberries or maples.
oh my gosh.
This bed is so bad.
I know.
But, oh, maybe I'll tap some syrup out there in the spring. Who knows? No, actually, we're going to go after them next year.
Yes,
with,
we are.
With the weed wiper, and we're going to kill them.
I think we're going to try to do some hand weeding. No,
no,
you don't want to go out and try to pull like
We've
just...
tried that. We've tried that.
At the end of the summer, you cannot tell the difference between where you pulled and where you didn't, because if you don't get every single piece of that root, it just comes back.
Well, that's
I
good.
could use some fresh water. I was drinking out of my water bottle and realized it had last week's noodles dried on the inside
Oh, yuck.
and now floating in my water.
Yuck.
So whoever put away dishes didn't check to see if that was clean.
Well, we know who that would be, most likely.
Most likely. So I could use water that doesn't have noodles in it.
Okay, I should have brought. I didn't even think about it. I was just trying to rush down here to get some footage because,
Yeah.
you know, like I said before, it's like
Time
I can't I can't get my work done if I'm trying to follow you around. That's what I'm
I'll
doing.
be on this at least the next couple hours, so
Okay.
nothing's going to change. It's just me pulling pipe out of the bed.
Yep.
I checked it before I started pulling pipe, and he hasn't moved any sticks into the bulkhead. So,
Oh, that's good.
but I think I'm gonna have to shut that down for the night. But we'll see, because I need enough water on here to rake.
Yep.
But just concerned about him destroying it in the middle of the night.
All right, it's about 2:30 here on this Saturday, and we're coming in on the last 2 hours of the 24 hours with Warren. Ever since he got the pipe picked up out of, you know, those couple Stevens beds that we were showing you earlier, then he came in, had some, I think, some potato chips and some nuts and some water, and I don't really know what else he found, but just kind of a snack, and then he's just been out mowing. So what he's mowing right now down there is this section right here. So this is what we call the ditch bank, and that has to be mowed because it just, otherwise during harvest, all the cranberries will nestle themselves into the long grass. So that's what he's doing, is just mowing all of that to get it as short as possible, because it just makes harvesting a lot easier. All right, so yesterday I started this up, 24 hours with Warren. What time? It was like 4:30 in the afternoon, and we are at 10 to 4 right now. Has it felt like 24 hours?
Yeah.
I think it felt like a lot more than 24 hours.
Well, the fact that I only got 2 hours sleep last night, that's what is really making it feel long.
Yeah.
Between
That's-
the broke down car and the flooding and waiting on that beaver.
So the big question is, this afternoon, I just have to try to get some better lighting here.
So this afternoon I pulled pipe
Yep.
on 7 acres of cranberries, and then I mowed ditch banks with the ditch bank mower on about 11 acres of cranberries to try to get everything ready for harvest.
So
And
every single ditch bank is mowed.
yes.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay. How about the beaver? Did you have any run-ins with the beaver today?
Saw him twice today.
Okay.
But as soon as he saw me, he dove underwater, but
That was it.
that was it. Haven't had any more run-ins.
And now, just so you guys don't all think that I keep him working constantly, you do it to yourself, I think. But
Don't you see my help sign here? Help.
help. But we are now going out to dinner with some friends.
Yep.
So we're
This'll
heading
be
into
fun.
town, meeting up with some friends, and we're going to be going to a place that we have not been to in
15 years.
Oh, way longer than that.
No, 15 years. Don't you think?
No,
maybe-
we had
maybe 20
little.
years.
I think the last time we were there, I believe your parents babysat.
Okay, so it's been a while.
It's been a long time,
Yep.
and I think we had only 2 kids. So that
Well,
would.
then it's been a long while.
Yes, that's what I think, but I could be wrong. So with that, we are going to say goodbye. I hope that you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you have not subscribed, you know, YouTube tells me that only 45% of the people that watch my videos are subscribed, so this would be a great time to do that, and we will see you all in the next video.
Bye-bye.